Hello, this is Becca from Willow Hill Designs, and today I'm working on week 27 of K3N Cloth Tales weekly stitch, and this week we are dipping leaves and other things in wax, or coating them, I should say, with wax. And I didn't have to look for any leaves because in my family at home when I grew up, we were always tucking something into our books, some sort of leaf or flower or something, four-leaf clover, something like that. We always loved to go out and look in old bookstores and search for old books, and so that's where, if you looked in my bookcases, you would see, if you opened any of the old books, you would see these different little things that are tucked in there. This one I found David Copperfield. It's one of Dickens. I have four Dickens different volumes, and so this one has some things in it here. Let's see, what have we got? This is an old book. In here, I think this may be Minarda. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's Bee Balm. So that was a little something that I tucked away in there. And I have a leaf here, a maple leaf. I didn't wax these. This one seemed a bit fragile, although it's not terribly bad. Let's see if there's anything else in this book that I've got in here. No, I think that was mostly it in this book. Yeah. And this one, another of my favorite authors, Gene Stratton Porter, The Keeper of the Bees. This was another find. And in here's a four-leaf clover that I've saved. I couldn't tell you what year. I never wrote the year or even identified what it was that I was saving many times in these books. Here's another. There may be notes tucked in here as well. Here's another clover. This one doesn't look like a four-leaf. It looks like it may have lost one of its little leaf parts. And here's another four-leaf clover. I went for many years finding them easily, four-leaf clovers. Not so much anymore. I don't seem to find them. Here's another one by Gene Stratton Porter. These were all found at old bookstores. The Harvester. I love this book as well. This leaf I did wax. This one was a maple leaf. I did wax this one. This one feels nice and sturdy. And the wax that I used, this is a candle that my brother had given me. And it is the fragrance is lilac. It smells so pretty. This leaf smells beautiful. It's 100% soy, phthalate free, no dyes, hemp wick, hand poured. And it tells where the store was, but so this is the candle that I used, and I just scooped a few little shavings of the wax onto some parchment paper, melted it first as Catherine showed us, and then ironed the leaf, and it was easy. It just covered so quickly. A little drawing from my daughter here. This is a one of our Japanese maple leaves. I love my Japanese maple. It's very low and wide spreading. It's probably, oh gosh, 8 feet wide and maybe 4 feet tall, not quite. It looks very oriental. It's beautiful. It looks like it belongs in an oriental garden. So that's one of the here's another Japanese maple leaf. And I must have picked these, in the fall as they were turning. It is a red color, but it looks like it's fading a bit here. And let's see what else is in here. Oh, this is I think this may be a Johnny Jump Up. I'm not sure if it's a pansy or not, This is very, very, very fragile little flower. But these are things that you will find tucked away in our books. All of my family has done this forever. So when Catherine said to get some leaves, I knew I had them. This is a book. This was my brother's, The Song of Hiawatha. And this is a beautiful book. The only thing is the binding has come away from the pages, and I think I can repair that. So I will give that a try. But this is a beautiful book. But in here, these are the things that I will probably be using for my stitch project. Here's a leaf, and I don't remember what this was from. I don't even really, I can't identify it, but it's a nice sturdy leaf, and that one is waxed. I also waxed this one. This is a maple leaf that must have been picked up in the fall, and they just smell beautiful. I wish this was smell-o-vision. And this is a piece of birch bark that my brother had tucked in this book, and this is waxed as well. I waxed this today. This is very fragile. I don't think I would stitch through this. It's just beautiful, just perfectly flat too. And the other thing that I chose to wax was these helicopters from the maple tree, the seeds. I may put this in my little stitch piece. And I also chose to wax a piece of fabric. Cut out a little heart from some fabric, and I waxed that as well, so it's kind of stiff. So I may put that in there. Let's see. And so these things will be used in my stitch piece. And but some of the things that we tuck away in our books, this was a drawing that my brother did of an Indian between two trees, and I just thought that was beautiful, his drawing. So that's in there, and this is something that he put in. He was an avid hiker, an outdoorsman, and he had braided these grasses from a meadow that he had been camping nearby. And so that's in this book as well. So we have I had some nice things to choose from. This, I don't think I would wax, and I wouldn't stitch this in. I would just leave that as is. But yes, we tuck things away in our books. We are known to do that. So all these little treasures are in our books. So these are the things that I will be using. I don't know if I'll use all, or maybe just these two leaves, or a leaf and the maple seed. I'm not sure what I will do. And I was thinking, because my book is cloth, it doesn't really have any structure. It will be going in this. It will be going in this little piece of old quilt. So there's really no protection for anything. So I was thinking that when I choose the piece of fabric to stitch the leaves on, I will make some sort of a little kind of a sleeve or something. I may just put some tape or stitch down one edge so that this opens, and I can slip this over the stitching so that it protects it from bending. I'm just picturing the leaf getting kind of mangled with such a soft book. My pages are sewn onto fabric, so there's a lot of flexibility there. So I will come back when I have these sewn onto whatever piece of fabric I choose and share that with you. I'll be back in a bit. Hello, I'm back, and took a little break for 4th of July to celebrate. If you're here in America and you celebrate 4th of July, I hope you had a wonderful day. I know we did. Shared the day with family and friends and had a very nice cookout with delicious food, and there was swimming, and the guys put on a wonderful pyrotechnic show for us afterwards. So being so thankful for this country that I love, I am truly concerned for our country, the state that it's in right now, but hopefully and prayerfully we will get back to the beautiful America that we once were. So anyway, that aside, I hope everyone enjoyed the 4th of July who celebrate it, but I did want to come back and just share my finish for week 27. And here it is, and I chose this leaf, which was in my brother's book from the Song of Hiawatha. Not sure what this leaf is, but I loved it, and it was the color was very pretty, and it seemed kind of sturdy. I also chose the maple seed from our maple tree here, and I think it's a Norway maple, and also used the little piece of waxed fabric. This is from a J. Wicker Frisch fabric, a little heart, and I thought that was nice because this leaf was something my brother had put in his book, and so of course loved my brother, so I thought that would be nice to put these together. And I don't know if you can see, but there is a kind of a netting over this. It's a lace, piece of lace, and I chose the part with more netting on it just to kind of add some extra protection, because if you notice here when I was stitching on the maple leaf seed, the maple tree seed, I call them little helicopters, it was breaking away, and I was coming up from the back and going down into the helicopter, not coming up through the helicopter to put extra pressure on it. I was coming up from the back and down, and even that didn't really protect it from breaking away, and you can see the little stitches that are here. This part is very sturdy and hard, but this is kind of fragile here. So I didn't want that all breaking away into the book, being that this has been waxed, and just didn't want to lose this really. So I put this netting on here just to protect it, and because my book is fabric, it's not stable. It's not that the pages are not stable. They can bend and fold and move. So I thought that the lace netting over this would be fine. And then I liked this little kind of motif that's on the lace. Thought it added a little something there. And I stitched all of that on a little piece of a linen napkin that I had bought a set of these napkins a while ago, and I just loved the edging on them. So I stitched that on this piece of linen napkin, and then I backed it with this fabric, which I love. I want to say this is by Three Sisters, but just an interesting fabric, a collage of ships and just all different images on ivory, sort of a beige on ivory. And so I thought that was very pretty. So that's my little stitching for this week. And I just wrote on here week 27. And this, I took this writing from the Song of Hiawatha. And just the little excerpt that I wrote is, should you ask where Nawadaha found these songs so wild and wayward, found these legends and traditions, I should answer, I should tell you, in the birds' nests of the forest, in the lodges of the beaver, in the hoof prints of the bison, in the eyrie of the eagle. All the wild fowl sang them to him. And it continues on, of course. It's quite a long poem. And this was written by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, and he lived from 1807 to 1882. And this poem, Song of Hiawatha, was originally published in 1968. And I just made a little note that this leaf was found in my brother's book, Song of Hiawatha. So I thought that that was nice. And reading this in the bird's nests of the forest and the lodges of the beaver, it made me think of nature. You can just picture in the hoof prints of the bison and the eyrie of the eagle, and of course bison roaming the plains in America. 4th of July, for me it all tied together. And of course the Native Americans that were here when the settlers originally came here, it kind of all tied in for me with this time period. So, and I put on here my initials and the date, July 24. I usually don't put the day. So that is my offering for week 27. It is finished, and it sits right next to this page, which was 26, which was the hexagon, which was almost like a little quilt in and of itself. So next week 28 will go here. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I'm wishing you many blessings, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.